Okay, I wanted to do a quick tutorial on how to read a micrometer to help some of my students. I like to think of all this as money and just counting money. It makes it much simpler to me. I look at this as hundreds of dollars because we're usually talking about hundreds of thousands. So if we just consider this like hundreds of dollars, usually we can add this up. If you look, each line we have 100, $200, $300, $400, $500, $600, and $600 would be 600 thousandths. If you look in between the lines, you'll see some small marks that are 25. So that'd be 225, 250, 275, and 300. So if you count, if I were right between the 4 and the 5, I would have $450 or 450 thousandths. So all we have to do is just add up dollars on this and then add how many individual dollars we have on this. So just add these up. So if I had 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175, 200, and so forth, I would keep going and adding up how much I had. In this case, I'm up past $800. And if you'll look, I'm at 825 and 50, and looks like I've got 875. I'm real close to $875 or 875 thousandths. Okay. To get the correct number, I'm going to look on this and see where what number lines up with this. I call this the parting line. This little parting line goes right through here. That little line that's along this way, that's what I'm going to look at, and I'm going to see which number is just below that line. If I look at this, it looks like the 6 is just below that line. Yes. So I'm going to take $875 or 875 thousandths, and I'm going to add $6 to it, $881. So I'm going to look at where this thimble is. This is a thimble, and I'm going to look at the sleeve, and I'm going to look and see how many dollars I have on my sleeve, which is in hundreds of dollars, or hundreds of thousands, if you will. And then I'm going to add up to $25 onto that, depending on what number's on my sleeve. You can see the sleeve has a lot of different numbers. It goes all the way up to 25, and then lo and behold, it starts all over again. You can see with 1, 2, 3, 4. So the hardest part is knowing whether to which one of these lines on the sleeve to count. If you look at this one, we're right around $900, right? You can look at it and just guess that's going to be real close to $900. So is it 900? And if you look, there's a 23 just below this line, so we would add $23 to it. That'd be $923. But this looks like it's right on 900, so we really should get a measurement that's right on 900. So I tell my students, if this 0 is above this parting line, you do not count that last mark. Even if you can see half of it, do not count that last mark. So I'm going to go 875 instead of 900, and I'm going to add 24 to the 75, and that would come up with 899, which if you look at this, that's real close if you just eyeball it to what we were. We knew we were right around $900. So if I take 875 and add the 24 to it, and actually we wouldn't add the 24 because it's not quite down to that line. I would add the 23 because it's below that. Just remember, you're going to add the line below that. If this is above, we don't add this third line. So if we look at this, I've got $800 or 800 thousandths. I've got $25, $825. And if we look, it looks like I've got $2, not quite $3. So I've got $2. So if I add 825 and 2, that's 827. And notice as we count up, that'd be 25 plus 5, which would be 30. And if we keep going, that'd be 825 plus 10 would be 35, 36, 37, 38. We keep going. Eventually we get to 825 plus 20. And notice how we're getting close to the 850 mark. 825 plus 20 would be 845. $845 or 845 thousandths. So if we keep going, remember here's the 8. We're almost right around, you can tell by eyeballing this, we're just right around $850, so that's whatever total I get should be close to $850. That's kind of a way of checking yourself. So do I count that last mark or do I not count the last mark? The 0 is right there, it's above, so we're not going to count that last mark, so this would be 825 plus, looks like about, let's move this down, 21. So 825 and 21 would be 846, which is real close if you look to where our thimble is on the sleeve. We're right around 850 if you look at that, so we know our numbers should be really close to that. Okay, we know it's not above 850 because the 0 is above here, so we don't count that last mark. If I bring it down, now we're on 850. You can see the zeros down on the parting line. So we're right at 850. Right about there. If I could ever get it still enough. So that would be right at 850. And this would be 851, 52, 53, 54. If you have to, move it out because you're usually going to be screwing it in to measure parts and come down. We know that right in here is about 875. If you have to, back it up to the 900. Okay? That would be 900. And start rolling it down. You know, okay, there's 20. I'm watching this. When I come down, that's 75. When I come around again, that'll be 850. If I stop right there, I didn't quite make it to 850, so I'm going to count this 2, or excuse me, probably, let's count the 1, and that would be 851 thousandths. So it's pretty simple if you think of this as hundreds of dollars and this is dollars, and we just add up our money, and however hundreds of dollars we have, we can't have over 1,000. We just write that down as thousandths. If we stopped at that point, you can see I have $600 right away. If you look, I've got, looks like 3 25s. So I've got 3 25s. That'd be $675 or 675 thousandths. And I'm going to add, looks like about 14 to that. So if I add 14 to my 675, that would be $689 or 689 thousandths. And it's pretty simple. Just add this up as hundreds of dollars and then add that onto it. Instead of saying dollars, just say thousandths. Okay. One last thing.